Hey everyone, it's Emily and welcome to my channel. Today I am building a big Christmas apartment. I literally think that's what I'm going to call this build. Hopefully I'll think of something slightly better than that, but I don't know. We'll see. It's Christmas Eve for me, the day that this goes up, so that's exciting. I'm very excited about Christmas. Obviously, that's why I've been doing like a million Christmas videos recently, especially because yesterday I did the candy cane lane thing where I made a candy cane themed tiny house and a candy cane themed sim and a candy cane themed dog. It was a lot of red and white for the day, but now we're doing a more traditional Christmas apartment, super traditional apartment, and yeah, I'm really excited about it. I think it turned out really well. I'm happy with it, and I thought that it was going to take me a lot longer to do this, but originally I was planning on building this in the apartment next door, basically. But then I realized that, I decided I was going to do it in that apartment because I had renovated that for a Not So Berry challenge generation all the way back when I was on generation 2. I lived in that apartment, or my sim, I personally lived in that apartment. Yes, it was mine. No, it was my sim's apartment, and I renovated it for her. So I decided that I wanted to mix it up and do a different apartment than one that I had renovated, but originally I wanted to do that one because I knew that it was a 2-story apartment. The layout was pretty good, and I wanted to have a 2-story living room so that I could put a giant Christmas tree, size it up a bunch. That was my plan. But then I decided that apartment was too big. I ended up having a million bedrooms in it. Everything just seemed like way too big to me, even when I was playing in that house. So I wanted to do it in the apartment next door that I knew would still have lots of big windows and be just as large in size, but would not be quite so big in terms of rooms. Like, the rooms wouldn't have to be massive. And this Christmas tree, it took up so much of the living area. If you wanted to go in and renovate this apartment, or even if you were just building it in your own game, you could totally fit so much more in here if you had started with more room on the upstairs, maybe not done a 2-story living room like I did, and if you just deleted the Christmas tree, because our living room is pretty small, and I'll get to it more, or I'll talk about it more when I get to it in the build. But I did some different things with the floor plan than I usually would, just because the Christmas tree was so big in the living room. And yeah, something that I was excited for to do with this apartment was just to use lots of red and green wallpapers, especially because I struggle sometimes not just making all the walls white and trying to do different things with that. So this made it pretty easy because I just made them all red and green, and I did a couple things with that white speckle thing. But yeah, just to break it up a little bit so it wasn't all red and green, vomit everywhere, if you know what I mean. I think it would look pretty bad if literally every wall was red and green. So broke it up a little bit and made the bedrooms different. But other than that, it's just a very red and green apartment. And by the time that I was getting to furnishing the rooms, especially the bedrooms, I kind of saw this more as almost like a vacation type of place, like not quite a hotel, but maybe like you would rent this apartment, or you would, I don't know, like kind of like a VRBO type of thing, if you know what that is, which is like a vacation rental by owner. That's what it stands for. Wow, go me. But yeah, it's kind of like someone else owns the apartment or the house or whatever, and then they rent it out to people for a week or a few days, that type of thing. And then people, while they're on vacation in the city, they can stay in like a fully furnished house. And I kind of did that. Oh my gosh, when that goes really fast, I didn't realize how much the walls and stuff were coming back up and down on those railings, but that's interesting. Anyway, yeah, so I was thinking that like maybe someone owns this apartment, but then has rented it out to a family that's spending Christmas in the city. Because I feel like a lot of people in the US, or not a lot of people, but I've had friends that will go to New York or something for Christmas, and that'll be like a big part of their Christmas gift that year, is like their family goes on a vacation to New York. Or like I've had friends that go on cruises for Christmas, so they just have like a family cruise, and that's a big part of their Christmas presents and that type of thing, is that they go on a big family vacation. So yeah, that's kind of what this ended up turning into in my mind, was just a family getaway. And it has a fully functional kitchen, which is why I feel like this isn't really the most like you can't really equate it to a hotel, because if you lived in a hotel, you wouldn't really have a kitchen like this. I mean, some elements of it, like you could kind of see that maybe the giant Christmas tree would be in the lobby of the hotel, and it's like things like that. But in general, I would say that this is like someone owns this apartment and is renting it out for the holidays, because maybe they're going on vacation themselves and they know that people like to come to this city to also go on vacation, but because they live here, they've just decided to decorate the place like they usually would and then put it up for any family to come stay in over the holidays. So that's just kind of an explanation of what this place is in a nutshell. I'm feeling very festive now. I put a Christmas sweater on today because why not? I had this feeling I was going to record this voiceover, and then in a little while I'm going grocery shopping with my dad because I want to make gingerbread cookies on Christmas, just to like do something, because we go to church for Christmas, but we usually go Christmas Eve, so Christmas Day we just kind of sit around, and I wanted to have an activity for myself to do, so I decided I wanted to make gingerbread cookies, so I'm going with him to buy stuff for that. And I could have just like pretty much worn, well, I was in pajamas, so I guess I couldn't have worn those, but I could have just thrown on some leggings and a t-shirt and gone grocery shopping. But I don't know, sometimes I get in these moods where, especially if I don't really have a reason to leave the house, I feel like even though I'm not really going anywhere or don't really need to get dressed up, it just makes me feel more productive when I'm wearing something slightly nicer. So even though it's literally just jeans and a Christmas sweatshirt, or not sweatshirt, sweater, whoops. Actually, it's like a Christmas cardigan. That's what this is. It has little Christmas trees on it. They've got sequins on them, lots of other things. It's embroidered, very nice, super exciting. But yeah, that's that. I'm feeling festive, feeling good, feeling productive, because I want to get a lot of video stuff done today so that I don't have to be doing too much between Christmas and New Year's, because I have been daily uploading, which has been great. I have no regrets / issues with that. It's been lots of fun for me, but I don't want to have to be making videos every day in the next few days as the holiday season wraps up. I don't want to have to focus on this to stay on top of daily uploading, because I do like it a lot, but it's not something I want to do all the time, especially when I have family coming over, other things to do, that type of thing. So that's something that I'm trying really hard, is even though I really love making videos and it's something that's really fun for me, really great for me, wouldn't consider taking a break anytime soon, but I'm kind of worried about getting burnt out, even though I've never felt burnt out, if that makes sense, just because I feel like that's something that's easy to do with YouTube, especially when you're constantly having to come up with ideas for stuff. Even today I was sitting down and trying to come up with video ideas for the rest of the week and that type of thing, and I was like, I don't know what I'm gonna do the rest of this week. Guess I'll figure it out later. So that's part of why I wanted to get a little bit more dressed up today, feel more productive, not just feel like a slob that wants to sit around and play my Not So Very Challenge family, because that's literally all I want to do right now. But at the same time, I want to build some cool things and share them with you guys. So yeah, I'll be doing that. I think that I'm definitely on New Year's Eve going to post another apartment build, but it's going to be like a glam New Year's Eve apartment. Pretty sure that's exactly what it will be called. And I'm excited about that. I've had that idea for a while, so looking forward to finally building that. I might even build that today, and then just get that done, schedule it. Yeah, that sounds like a good plan. But I'm really excited about making these gingerbread cookies in a few days, because right now it's the 23rd for me. I guess when this goes up, it's Christmas Eve. Well, if you live in like Australia or something, I guess it would be Christmas Day for you when this goes up. Merry Christmas. I almost said Happy Christmas. I guess that's, do people, if you live in Australia and you say Happy Christmas, let me know, because I never know if, I think that that's a UK thing, because that's definitely not a US thing. So I don't know, where else in the world do you say Happy Christmas? If you say Happy Christmas, let me know, and let me know where you're from. That's interesting to me. And yeah, now we're just getting some bookshelves in here. See, here I go, talking about nothing to talking about the build. This is just what you can always expect from me. And trying to do this living room was really hard, because by the time that I got the tree and the presents and everything in, I was like, there's no room in here for literally anything. Like, nothing else can fit. So we just put in some big couches, that little fireplace. Well, it's not a fireplace, but it has like a heated center. It's kind of like an outdoor coffee table. At least I've only seen those outdoors, but I put it in here because I wanted to put a fireplace, but I felt like it was weird in an apartment, especially an apartment like this that's kind of in a more modern area. I feel like there wouldn't be a fireplace in it. And my screen went out. This happened last time. I got a new recording software and I'm recording stuff on a new video editing software, and I'm editing stuff on my PC now, but I'm not quite used to it yet, in the sense that on my Mac, when I edited stuff, it would never go to sleep if I hadn't touched the mouse for like 10 minutes, but this will go to sleep if I haven't touched the mouse for 10 minutes. Don't know why. I'm obviously active doing things on the computer, but for some reason it just doesn't understand that, and it will just go to sleep, so that's good. I was going to put a dog bed in back there, but I ended up putting in a desk where the dog couldn't even reach the bed, so I deleted it, but I kind of imagined that, also, now I really didn't plan this, but now that I'm thinking about it, this is good for a family that wants to go on vacation to the city, because maybe if they have a dog and they don't want to leave their dog behind, they have this giant apartment that comes with a pet bowl and some extra pet food and that type of thing, so they can bring their pet with them. They don't have to get a dog sitter or whatever, and that's pretty nice, or a cat, because I guess I didn't really specify that it was a dog. I put dog food bags out, but that could just be the person that lives here has a dog. I don't know. Interesting. That's a thought. That's not really something that I planned at all, but that could be a possible storyline that I theoretically planned when I built this, even though I didn't, but that's okay. Moving on. I really like how the garland with the lights from Parenthood looks. That's probably my favorite thing to do. I think that I've seen other people do that too, but yeah, it's great. They look so nice together. Makes me happy. The garland sized up looks pretty good too, and I just smacked my headphones. Hope you didn't hear that. I'm kind of fiddling with a Sharpie right now for like no reason, and I never used that rug from the vampire pack, but it came in handy here, and especially for that like long stretch of hallway. We don't have any other rugs that are long enough to fill that, and that one, since it's like a DIY rug, it was perfect. And now, just in the master bedroom, it's not bland by any means, it's pretty bold actually, but the furnishings are pretty simple. I kept the furnishings in here and in the kids' room pretty basic, just popped in a vanity. We got a dresser coming in on the left-hand side over there in that little hallway, and I didn't furnish the bathrooms on camera. I always say camera, but it's not a camera, it's just a screen recording. I didn't furnish the bathrooms on recording. I don't know. I didn't record the furnishing of any bathrooms because I feel like that's not the most exciting thing, but I do have some screenshots of them, so you can check those out at the end. Figuring out what beds were going to go in here was kind of a problem, but I eventually got it. We go with some nice green modern beds, and I also originally, when I picked the wallpaper, planned on this being a toddler room, but then the more I thought about it, I felt like this would be better as a kid's room, so like a family with 2 kids, because this was by the time that I was getting the idea that a family doesn't live here, but they're kind of renting it for the holiday season. So we just kind of decorate it pretty basic, like maybe a family usually does live here, but they've just kind of decorated the whole room for the holidays. Maybe that's some temporary wallpaper type stuff that they just hung up and before they left for their vacation, and left it there for the family that's coming to stay here just to make it more festive. And I think that we're almost done with the build now, but also there's like a coat closet by the front door that I forgot to furnish until I was going to take the screenshots, so you'll see a screenshot of the inside of that in a second. But I hope that you enjoyed this video. Make sure to subscribe for more speed builds because I do them quite often. I post every day. So yeah, that's about all I've got. Thanks for watching. Bye!